Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Vault. So it's basically about, it's a heist movie, of course. In 1975, a bunch of criminals tried to steal the biggest heist in America, over $30 million, but it was from the mob, and they tried to do it in Rhode Island. Sounds pretty interesting. I like heist movies, but here's the thing. There's really nobody that I recognize in it. William Forsythe, he's in it. Oh, Don Johnson. Okay, Don Johnson's in it. I'm sorry, I'm reading my phone. Chuck Zito's in it. Okay, you just gotta scroll a little bit. The reason I found it, Theo Rossi. I don't know if you ever watched Sons of Anarchy. He was in Sons of Anarchy. Really enjoyed that show. A great show. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. But I'm gonna get into Vault here a little bit, see what it's all about. IMDb has graded it as a 5.6, but only 529 people have viewed it. We'll be the 530th. I'll give you a better idea of what the synopsis is about, and then I'll tell you if it's worth watching or not. So, stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody. I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Vault. We're at the 43-minute, 54-second mark. And so Theo Rossi is our main character. His name is Deuce, and he has a partner named Chucky. And they do, robberies and, they pawn shops, banks, whatever. And it shows a whole backstory of, what they've been doing this whole time. So, in one robbery, he actually meets a girl who he starts hanging out with. And that's kind of why I stopped it here. It's cute, nice little, little love story going on there, whatever. So, of course, they get busted and they go to jail. In jail is every gangster from every gangster movie, every mobster movie you've ever seen, just about. There's ones from The Godfather, from I can't remember all of those different. I'm sorry, I drew a blank on all of them, but you know what I mean. Some of the Goodfellas is the other one is in there. And anyway, so so they're in prison. They're trying to get connected. They also have Don Johnson is running with the mob. He's not in the mob, but he's friends with the mob. But they won't make him into the mob because he's not Italian. So anyway, he meets our two main characters in prison. Through a series of events, whatever, and he wants to get the mob back. So he's the one who gives him the information on how to find this vault and break into it. So after they get out of prison, he sets everything up, and now we're in the planning stages of taking down the vault. Pretty interesting. The reason I kind of stopped it here is, they're preparing for this, and Theo Rossi's Deuce, is working on it, whatever, and he runs into his girlfriend or, love interest, and they start talking, and he's sharing information about the job with her, very open relationship. And she actually gives him advice, and I thought that was kind of funny on what they did there. So I thought that was interesting, very, open relationship, that he's able to communicate back and forth with her, that he's, a thief, and she's okay with it, and as much though as she's going to give him advice on the next job. So far so good. I don't know if I mentioned this. This is based on a true story. So we'll see where we go. I'm enjoying it, and we'll get back into it. It's only an hour and 39 minutes long, so I'll see you at the credits and give you my final thoughts. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Vault, and I don't know, it was an interesting movie throughout. Then when it came time for the end, it was weird. Now, they do the heist, of course, and then after the heist, the movie kind of takes a turn, in a not a great way. You know what I mean? Like, without going into too much detail, because you don't need to know everything. But their personalities change and things like that, and things continue to happen, whatever. And it's a darker side of the film. But then, with that being said, I get it. They then throw this ending at you. And maybe there's a twist in it. I don't know. But I don't think they set it up well. I think it could have been set up a little bit better throughout the film. They kind of try and piece it together for you. But you need more breadcrumbs throughout the film for that to work, I think. There was nothing like that. I mean, you got one little idea probably of what's going on, but then they try and throw this at you, which you know, whatever. It is what it is, but that's one gripe I have about the film. I don't like the dark side of the second half of the film and where that goes. And then the ending is fine. It's just they did a poor job of setting that up. There's something, again, I say this all the time. If people would just like hire me and be like, hey, we're going to release this movie. Yeah, you know, and just take little bits and pieces of advice from me. Like, okay, I like where you went with the end, but breadcrumb it a little bit better. You know, here's some ideas. That's my only thing. I think it's a decent movie. I've never heard of that. It was crazy, the amount of money that they stole at the time in the 1970s, and how they did it. So I liked all of that. I like heist movies. I like Theo Rossi. I thought he did a great job. You know, his personality goes through a change in this, and he played it well. So, and that's it. That's all I got without going into any more detail. I think if you like heist movies and mobster movies, this is worth the watch. But, you know, be aware of what you're getting out of it. Otherwise, I thought it was really good besides the end. And the second half, I'm not really complaining. It's just not something I like, the darker side of things. But if you like Theo Rossi, check him out. This one's pretty interesting. And if you do, let me know. Love to hear from you. Love to hear your thoughts. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.